First, before the video starts, if you do like the content you're seeing and you want to see more, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I post next, and also feel free to comment. Tell me how it is. Tell me how your pulls have been. Just tell me how you're enjoying the game so far anyways. Let me get right to it. Hello, welcome to the Forge. Today is a special day. The weekend release hype for Riftbound has come. It has superseded expectations, and now it is time for a Riftbound Market Monday!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Before we get into the nitty-gritty and breaking down the prices, where we see things going, let's just talk about something I think we all realize as we're opening up packs and boxes. Playsets of certain rares and epics are going to be very hard to find, and thus are going to make them very expensive. And the reason we say this is because distribution-wise, we're probably looking at about, I think there's 84 rare cards in the set, and there's 42 epic cards. You're only guaranteed in a box, I believe, 5 to 6 epics. That's not including overnumbered and alt art, by the way. And I believe you're guaranteed 48 roughly rares in a box, and that's if you have packs that are fully complete and you don't have that problem where the uncommon ends up taking your rare slot. So let's just put that out there. When we keep that in mind when we're thinking about, oh, we're making a deck, we need 3 copies of X rare, 3 copies of X epic. Holy, that's gonna make things difficult. I'm so happy that a lot of people have been opening it. I have opened up 2 boxes already. I have 1 video up, which you've probably already seen, and I have another video up that's coming once I edit it. I'm also trying to edit a bunch of my videos from shows, because vendor POVs is what I wanted to get, but holy, there's just so many hours, like 8 to 9 hours of footage to go through, and I'm trying to get the best I'm trying to get the best parts, so it just kind of gets a little bit, but yeah, so I'm going to go through TCG Player. The prices are all going to be in USD, just so people know. I'm in Canada, so it kind of sucks that I have to do the conversion in my head, but I don't want to give prices in Canadian when those are going to change because of just currency exchange rates, whereas American is typically the standard currency that in North America is used for card games in general. So I'm going to give you the American prices in USD, so when you're looking at TCG Player, you're not confused if you're from another country. But I'm going to talk about a little bit where I think the market going, and we're going to go through that all right now. So let's switch up. All right, first things first, let's talk about a few things here. Booster display case, let's just ignore the display case price for now, because I don't think anyone's going to be selling just straight cases unless you're a distributor. I feel like most people are going to crack open and get the boxes. But I mean, if we're doing a case of 6 boxes and it's going for about $13.60 USD, if we just do some quick maths on that, you're looking at about $2.30 a box if it's in a case. If you buy a case, which I don't think is going to be feasible, and that's USD prices again. Let's just take a look at the cards. We'll go back to the sealed product in a second. Of course, at the top of the list of market is these signature cards, and that's because it's like, I think 1 in every 4 cases, this is the odds of getting one. It's going to be very hard to get a signature card. If you have one, honestly, put it away. Don't play with it. Put it somewhere safe. Grade it. Whatever. Save it. Even the overnumber cards in general, like, I would grade them. I think they're really collectible. I don't think I'm ever going to play with them. I think they're going to be the collectible side of this card game, because you don't need them to play. You just need them to look sick. It's a flex. And I wonder actually if they'll add, because technically your legend card, your overnumbered, which is just going to be the legend card, you technically don't need to have it in a deck. So I wonder if you could theoretically have it just graded in that zone. I don't know what the rulings are on that, but anyways, these cards are going to be expensive. I mean, we got the Jinx going at like almost $1,200, and let's just take a look at that real quick. It's sold out. There's no sellers. If we look at, if we look at price histories, I think only 1 of them is sold. So this doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense for the logic. They're all out of stock because they just don't exist. I think apparently this one exists. Hold on. We have a Leona Radiant Dawn signature. Okay. It's going for about 850 near mint from Strictly Broken TCG. and market price about 162. So I'm expecting that these two still go down. I don't think they're gonna stay up. I don't think all the signatures are gonna stay this high. These are like, it's gonna take 2 months for the market to stabilize, but these are like, I don't go around just hoarding these and buying them right now. I don't think they're gonna be the best investment. If you're looking for an investment situation or looking to sell them, I don't think that's a good idea. But you do you. If you love it, do it. If you love the art, do it. It could go up. I don't know. I doubt it, but I don't know. It seems there's a big difference between market price and what actually people are selling things for. So I always say look at what listings are for, especially for new card games. If you're a vendor or you're getting into vending, don't just price things because market price is 900. Look, 900, but 1349. So look at eBay prices. I would say if you're vending, or if you are having singles that you're buying and selling, because those are going to be more realistic of the prices. Because the market price is 900, but there's only one of them that exists on even TCG's Player to buy, and it's going for 13. So, and you have another separate one where Teemo's market priced at 914, but one listed at 870. It's because the sales haven't happened yet. We don't know the market price until we have enough data, and we don't have that data. So buy at your own risk right now when it comes to these kind of signature and the alt arts. I don't recommend it personally. I'm also gonna make it a little less, a little bigger, just so you guys can see it and it doesn't look so squished for you. Next, of course, the World's Bundle. If you got your hands on it, congratulations. You won the lottery on that one. It sold out in like 10 minutes, I think. Well, again, we'll talk about sealed after. The Arcane box, it hasn't even come out yet. It's only in China. It's coming out in like December, I think. I got 3 of them. That's ridiculous, the price. I don't think that. Ignore that. Here's where we're going to get a little bit into the actual thing. So Kai'Sa is going to be a very, very prominent meta deck. Everyone's going to play Kai'Sa. So we can expect that her showcases are going to be up. We can expect that even though that was someone's selling it for $562, that's absolutely insane. We can expect that it's probably going to sit around the $100 range. I actually expect it to be 100 USD when all's said and done, personally, but c'est la vie, we'll have to wait on that. We'll have to wait and see. The RE promo, I don't know why this is so expensive. I guess because there's not that many of them, and it's a piece of Riftbound history at this point, and it's going to forever be a piece of Riftbound history. I'm pretty sure they're only giving it out for the rest of this year, if I'm correct. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. So that card's where it's sitting where it's at. I wanted to get into the playables, so let's just talk about a little bit of the playables. Here we go. So there's a few cards that are going to be very essential in certain decks, and that's why these are going to be out of stock, especially on TCG, and why they're going to be super expensive. So, for example, we have Time Warp. You get to take an extra turn. It's busted. It's broken. It takes a lot of energy. 10 plus 3 recycled ruins, or 4, is insane. That's insane. But this, you know, you get to take an extra turn. It's just like in the beginnings of Magic. It's a great card, and everyone's going to want it. Next thing I want to talk about is Dead Bloom Predator. So this card has Deflect, which means that opponents have to play a ruin in order to choose it for the spell or effect, which is great. It's right here, actually. And on top of that, you can play him to an occupied enemy battlefield. So you can just send him in full tank, and unless your opponents, it's their turn, they can't do anything. They can't affect this card. They can't lower its attack. It's just an 8/8. It's so good. It's kind of busted. It's going to be in Master Yi's deck, I'm fairly certain. So expect to see this. Either Lee Sin or Master Yi. It's going to be disgusting. It's an epic. Play sets of these. Market has it going for 83. I can actually see this. If it's being playable, it's going to probably stay around here, if not go up. And the reason why is because, again, getting these epics in a play set, like 3 of them, even 2 of them, like, you're not guaranteed that many epics in a box. I pulled 1 in 2 boxes. So it's going to be an expensive card if everyone's using it. And I think everyone is going to use it who's in this color, right? Who's in body. Everyone who makes body cards, it's going to be expensive. Next, alt arts are weird. It seems alt art prices are kind of all over the place. And I want to talk a little bit about that because alt arts look amazing. They're textured fantastic. They just have that extra little, like, you're going to get 2 of them in a box. So you have a guarantee. I don't think they're going to sit here. at this price. I mean, maybe some if the art's amazing or whatnot, but I don't think it's going to be too crazy price wise, and it doesn't do anything extra. It's not gameplay oriented. Now, again, collectability, sure. I think a lot of collectors want like their alt art skins that they like in the game as cards, and I don't harp them for that. I think that's really cool. I have a BMO and the Darius set I pulled, and I love those cards, so I want to keep them for myself. But I wouldn't expect that card price for the alt arts to stay super high. I would expect them kind of to go down. Maybe because people are playing Kaisa, that's why it's going to be a little bit higher, because everyone wants to have like a blinged out deck, you know, the whales of the hobby. But next, we're going to go to another playable card, Dazzling Aurora. So, at the end of your turn, reveal cards from the top of your main deck until you reveal a unit. Play it, ignoring its cost, and recycle the rest. It's just, again, it's a good card. It's a tutor, basically. Not even a tutor. It's just, you just get to play something for free, and you can drop big cards. And because of the way that this game works, where you can recycle things lower into your deck, and you can kind of have an idea of where things are in your deck. And I feel like that hasn't really happened yet where people are realizing this, but because you don't really shuffle in this game, theoretically speaking, if you are big brain enough, you can kind of think and know where cards are in your deck while you're playing, as you're pulling cards out. You can kind of get the odds of, oh, I have this in my deck still, so the odds of me pulling this are a little bit higher. It's kind of like counting cards when you're playing blackjack. You have an idea of what is in your deck, and you can really, because you're not randomizing all the time, you can have a better idea of what your chances are of hitting certain things and play around that, which I think is another cool metagame aspect of Riftbound. But besides that, Dazzling Aurora is going to be a mainstay again in this color. It just it is what it is. Again, we have some showcases a little bit lower. So like the set showcase is lower. Misfortune is lower. Leona apparently is a little bit lower. The Yasuo, like all these showcases, they're not super expensive, even though they're pretty rare. I expect the showcases to go up in general, not just the signature ones, because showcases are one in every case, 1 to 2 in every case. I believe the actual odds are like 1 in every 3 boxes, so technically 1 to 2 in every case. So far, I've only seen 1 in every case, but some people have said otherwise. Kaisa, again, it's going to be expensive because everyone wants to run Kaisa. Meta. It's an epic. You need to have 3 of them, or I don't actually know how this Kaisa deck plays because I'm building Victor, but you're going to want to have it. Icathian Rain, Kaisa card, Kaisa staple. I would expect this to probably go up if everyone runs Kaisa. It's a big bomb of a damage destruction card. You get to deal 2 damage 6 times to a unit, so you get to split it up however you want. It's disgusting. Teemo Swift Scout is a showcase. That's cool. Victor is a showcase. That's cool. Again, I expect these to go up. I expect these to be the cards that people collect and they grade. I've already sent my Victor for grading with PSA, so I'm just letting you guys know. That's where I see it. Again, look at these market listings. Forget about the market price. Look at the actual listing prices. That's gonna really dictate, I think, the prices. I mean, look, you have this Riftbound Relentless Storm showcase. It's only one's listed for $400, right? Market price is $55. I don't know what exactly is going to be the whole outcome of this, but I think we can expect these showcases to not be that high, but at least go up to about, I'd say, 100 or 2, give or take, right? If we estimate how much a box is going to cost, which is about $230 to $250, I think you can pretty much say that if your odds are in a case, which is about $1,400 almost worth of cards, you're getting 1 to 2 of them in there. If we just kind of do the math on that, like spread that along all the showcases that exist and then find out what the top ends are, I think these cards are at least going to be about 1 to 200 on the low end. That's my opinion. Buy at your own risk, invest at your own risk. I'm not telling you to go do this. I'm just saying this is what I'm feeling. And I'm also going from the Pokemon aspect of where I see certain chase cards are. This is also the first set. They will be reprinting more, apparently, even though we don't know. We don't really know what's happening with the print runs, but we shall see. And then I want to talk about one more card, and then we'll kind of take a look at the lower end just really quickly because there's not too much happening. We'll just do a brief overview. Thousand Tail Watcher. Whew. I got 2 of these. It's a rare. It's probably one of the more expensive rares, I want to say. and that's because you may pay 1 mine as an additional cost to have it enter ready, and you get to give enemy players -3 might this turn. So it's a 7 drop for 7, recycle 1 blue. It's used in every blue deck. I think you're going to see 2 copies in every Victor deck, every Kaisa deck. It's just a big drop bomb. I think this price for this card is probably around where it should be. I think $40 per this card USD is about where it should be. I don't think I see it going higher. It could go higher because of the fact that everyone wants it. But let's just look at has data. This has data we can actually like look through. So since released, we have like 240, approximately like 350 copies sold. Total sold 804 on 1 month in 1 month snapshot. The high sale price of $69.99 and the low sale price of $9. Whoever got snagged for that low, good on you. But I expect this to sit around $40 roughly. I don't think it's going to go much higher than that. I don't think it's going to go much lower than that. I think decks are going to be a little bit expensive when you require them to have certain cards like this, which is a shame because this is just a rare. But the rare pool's, again, so big, and you only get so many in a box. So that's something to think about. Real quickly, I'm just going to switch the format here. Let's just talk about the lower end of cards. So if we're talking about the lower end of cards, we just have these cards that aren't super like worth too much. I would say, I don't want to say like they're worth less. They're not. They are cards that everyone will probably end up having to run or want to run at some point. But I would say that they're going to be ones that people care about a little less. Minus White Flame Protector and Baited Hook. I think those cards are also they're pretty much going to be in the standard rotation. They are going to be there. If you do pull Thousand Tailed Watcher, hold on to them. They're going to go up, I think, until people build their Kaisa decks and their Victor decks, and their Lux decks, because they might include them in Lux too. Any blue, it's going to be a staple card, as my opinion. Seal of Unities, all the seals seem to be around the same price. I think from what I've seen, all the seals seem to be around the $20-$25 range. Maybe there's ones that are a little bit lower. Oh, man, no, they dropped. Okay. Seal of Insight, Immortal Phoenix, $14. We got, ignore that. Master Yi's $26. Seal of Unity, $26. Master Yi, this is from Proving Grounds. We're going to talk about Proving Grounds in a second. RE, Guerrilla Warfare, Seal of Rage, all these cards, you're going to see them often, but they're not going to be super expensive because I feel like they're not going to be as necessary. They're going to be more flexible cards that are just really good to have in your deck, but not necessarily unless you're very specific. Like Zenith Blade, very good card, very, very good card. Signature spell, Leona. I don't know how many Leona players there are going to be. I don't know if it's going to be like a big thing where everyone wants to play Leona. I know everyone wants to play Kaisa, which is why Kaisa spells are where they are, but I don't think everyone's like, yeah, Leona. Legends that are a little bit higher. Darius is used in the Kaisa deck, so Darius for just a rare is also going to be a little bit higher. You're looking at market price 16. Listing here is $29.99. The seals are kind of like mana rocks, so I expect the seals to be actually worth a little bit more. I think they're going to be a little bit more expensive. Just bear that in mind. You'll notice that things that are out of stock, I would ignore their market price for the time being. We'll watch it again either this coming Friday or next Monday for a Market Monday. Friday, I'm thinking of doing like a re-up on all card games, just TCGs in general. But we'll talk about that when we get closer to the day. But yeah, let's talk about Proving Grounds for a second. Let's talk about sealed. Booster boxes are going to be expensive. Do not believe the $224 box USD price. I expect it to be at least $250 if you're lucky USD. So you're looking probably around Canadian $300, $320, and it's unfortunate. Proving Grounds, it looks like people are selling for about $100 USD, which sounds about right. That sounds about right. They have Master Yi and some cards in there, and Annie as well, which is pretty sure the only way to get it is a Proving Grounds. I don't know why they did this. I don't know why they made a product that have cards that are specifically in this product only. But so if you have these boxes, they're going to be going for a little bit more than a lot. And with the current TCG, just how everything plays out, I think it's going to be like this for a while. But again, take everything with a grain of salt. We shall see. I think this game has great potential, and I can't wait to see what the market stabilizes to. For now, I think, guys, just keep playing the game, keep collecting, keep trading with people so you can kind of get each other's decks built. I think forget about the prices when it comes to building a deck you want. And if you can trade for it, just even prices, like, epics around epics, rares around rares, do that. If you're not keen for the business side. If you are a vendor, price them appropriately. Check eBay. I would say is the most reasonable way to find out prices, or check glass solds. If there's a lot of sale data on TCG, but right now don't just take TCG as market price, because I don't think these prices are all going to stay at all where they are right now. And I mean, you won't know until you have at least a month or 2 months of data. We don't have any data on the sales, so use eBay last sold. That's my advice for now if you're a vendor or someone who wants to sell Riftbound. If you are looking to collect or invest, I think Origins booster boxes are probably going to go up and then back down, and then they're going to reprint more. It might go back down, maybe hopefully to MSRP, so more people can get the boxes, and I think they're going to go back up once Ionia comes up, because I feel like when the new set comes out, at least when we see what's happening in China with the new set, we'll kind of have an idea in the American side what is happening with the cards and how they're going to affect the current cards that exist, and that might cause cards to drop here too. So we don't really know until we see that. I really wish that they could have at least localized everything, made everything all at the same timeline for Ionia. I know that's not possible. They already said it. They're going to try and make everything across the board the same come the fourth or fifth set, but I hope that doesn't cause any problems where people in the market end up getting shocked by prices. I know with Pokemon it's similar because they come out in Japan first, right? You get the cards in Japan, and then you get the cards in English set after. And I know that doesn't really cause too much trouble with prices, but it's a very different game, and the way that this is playing out in terms of what my opinions are based on my experience with Magic and playing that competitively is it looks like this game might heavily lean towards cards that are playable being more expensive just in general, and cards that are collectible like the signatures and the showcases, those are going to be very important, and those are going to be really great collector's pieces. So those are going to be the chases for a lot of people, and I think those will be the ones and cards that you see getting graded, that and the promos, because I saw on PSA's website, PSA estimated the RE promo already, I think, for 900 USD or 800 USD, something like that, something stupid in a PSA 10. So I would say keep a watch on what's happening. Keep up to date with the Riftbound, not just releases here in America and Europe, but also China. And I think we should just go forward, being careful if you're looking at this as an investment opportunity for the time being. Wait until we have more solidification on the product and the sets. And when you are looking to buy for a deck, there's no harm in waiting also to see if the prices drop. I can't guarantee they are going to drop or rise. Again, I am not someone just to take advice from blatantly. I'm just giving you my opinions. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Market Monday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.